tea began innocently, or at least that's what I told myself. Rachel was my wife's best friend, someone I had known for years. We had always been friendly, but there was an unspoken chemistry between us that I had tried to ignore. It wasn't until one hot summer afternoon that things started to shift. Rachel had come over to our house for lunch while my wife was out running errands. The sun was blazing, and we sat by the pool, sipping drinks and making small talk. She looked stunning in her sundress, her skin glowing under the sunlight. The way she smiled at me, a little too long, sent a shiver down my spine. "You're looking a little hot," Rachel teased, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Why don't you cool off in the pool?" I hesitated for a moment, but then decided to take her up on the offer. I stripped down to my swim trunks and jumped in. Rachel followed, slipping out of her dress to reveal a tiny bikini that left little to the imagination. I tried to keep my eyes from wandering, but it was impossible. The tension between us was palpable, electric. We swam and splashed around, laughing like we were kids again, but with every brush of our skin, every accidental touch, the heat between us grew. I could feel my self-control slipping away, but I couldn't stop it. The temptation was too strong. Chapter 2: Crossing the Line. Later that evening, after my wife had come home and Rachel had left, I couldn't stop thinking about her. The way she had looked at me, the way her body had felt against mine in the water, it was driving me crazy. I knew I should stay away, that it was dangerous, but I couldn't help myself. The next week, my wife went on a business trip, and Rachel texted me, "I'm coming over, we need to talk." When she arrived, there was no pretense. The moment she walked through the door, I could see the hunger in her eyes, and I knew this wasn't just going to be a conversation. Without a word, she closed the distance between us, her lips crashing against mine in a kiss that took my breath away. We stumbled into the bedroom, our hands everywhere, pulling at clothes, desperate to feel each other. The thrill of doing something forbidden, of giving in to the desire that had been building between us for so long, made every touch more intense. Rachel's body was warm and soft against mine, and we made love with a kind of urgency I hadn't felt in years. It was wild, passionate, and dangerous, a whirlwind of emotions that left us both breathless. Chapter 3: The Affair. After that night, there was no going back. We couldn't keep our hands off each other. Every chance we got, we'd sneak away to be together, whether it was at her place, a hotel, or even my house when my wife was away. The affair became our secret, something we both craved, but knew was wrong. The excitement of sneaking around, the danger of being caught, it made every moment feel more intense. Our stolen kisses, our late-night phone calls, the way her body melted into mine, it was intoxicating. But it wasn't just physical. We connected on a deeper level, sharing our thoughts, fears, and desires. Rachel made me feel alive in a way I hadn't in years. I knew it couldn't last, that we were playing with fire, but I couldn't stop myself. Chapter 4: Caught in the Act. One evening, as Rachel and I lay tangled in the sheets after another passionate encounter, my phone buzzed. It was a text from my wife. "Coming home early, be there in 10 minutes. Panic shot through me. I jumped out of bed, frantically pulling on my clothes. Rachel did the same, her eyes wide with fear. We barely had time to straighten ourselves out before my wife walked through the door. The air in the room was thick with tension, but somehow, we managed to keep our secret. But the close call made me realize just how dangerous this affair had become. We were playing a game that could destroy everything: my marriage, Rachel's friendship with my wife, and the life I had built. Yet, the thought of ending it was unbearable. Chapter 5: The Final Choice. The affair continued for weeks, but the guilt began to eat away at me. I loved my wife, but my feelings for Rachel had grown too strong to ignore. I was torn between two women, two lives, and I knew I couldn't keep it up forever. One evening, after a particularly passionate night with Rachel, we lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. "We can't keep doing this," I said, my voice barely a whisper. Rachel turned to me, her eyes filled with sadness. "I know, but I don't want to lose you." "I don't want to lose you either," I admitted, my heart heavy with guilt and desire. We both knew it had to end, but neither of us could bring ourselves to say the words. We were trapped in a web of passion, secrets, and lies, and there was no easy way out. Epilogue. The aftermath. In the end, the affair ended not with a dramatic confrontation, but with a quiet fizzle. Rachel and I drifted apart, the weight of our guilt too much to bear. My wife never found out, and life went back to normal, at least on the surface. But every time I saw Rachel, every time we exchanged a glance, I could feel the memory of our affair lingering between us. It was a secret we would carry forever, a reminder of the passion that had burned so brightly, but ultimately left us both scarred. The end.